Back in the dark ages of voice recording, when things were recorded on tape, there was an obvious advantage for keeping as much of the good takes as close together as possible. So the method was to rehearse the voice actor until the performance was close to perfect, and then start recording, hoping for a perfect take from top to bottom with as little editing as possible. Well, now we have non-destructive editing and the ability to combine pieces of one take with pieces of another. And with digital recording and non-destructive editing came the ability to concentrate on the creative aspect of the performance. So announcers started doing something called 1, 2, 3 or ABC, where they say a line with different emphasis or timing on certain words in the sentence. Let me record this and I'll give you an example. Let me zoom out just a little bit here, and we can always chop that off later. Here's an example of the ABC system. They say a line with different emphasis or timing on certain words in the sentence. They say a line with different emphasis or timing on certain words in the sentence. They say a line with different emphasis on timing or certain words in the sentence. All right, so now we have an A and a B and a C. And I need to set the output so that you can hear this. It could be input monitoring. Here's an example of the A. Okay, so I'm glad that happened. That allowed me to show you that each track can monitor only the inputs, or we're now set for auto monitoring, which means that if it's playing back, it's going to switch off of input and back to playback. If I do input only and I play this back, it's scrolling through the audio, but we don't hear it. And that's because it's set for only input. I'm going to set it back to automatic. Here's an example of and then we get playback. Here's an example of the ABC system. They say a line with different emphasis or timing on certain words in the sentence. They say a line with different emphasis or timing on certain words in the sentence. Let's say we like parts of A and a little something about B and maybe something about C, or maybe we don't like anything about B. The idea is if the performer simply does it one time and then you give them critique and then they do it another time and you give them critique, it just takes too long. So this 3 in a row thing kind of developed as a way to let the performer get some momentum going. It's a very handy thing. That's my recommendation, especially when you're working with short copy like ads or news or dialogue for a game. If you're doing a book on tape, although it's not on tape anymore, it makes more sense to do longer pieces. So this may be very inefficient, having 3 versions of every line. In other words, why not just perfect the delivery and record that one? Well, it's nice to have options, especially if you're recording without music and then you add the music later and you kind of wish they had said that line a little faster or with more emphasis on a particular word. So it's nice to have options. So that's the ABC system.